I knew that I'm still gonna do it no matter what, but it did not feel right to do it before. Just before dinner, I felt actually quite low on my creative energy, and I knew that if I recorded it, I would be pushing myself into the feeling of not actually enjoying it at all, and I would start building up more and more resistance towards that activity, and that's exactly what you don't want, because you actually want the activity to be enjoyable. Welcome everyone to LifewithLiza podcast. Our mission at LifewithLiza is to share people's stories and the challenges that they have overcome, so that those who are listening in can get the strength, the courage, and the hope to be their better selves. Welcome to this episode. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope you're enjoying the solo episodes. Let me know if you do. And something that I wanted to discuss in today's episode is how, when you need to do something and you keep procrastinating on it, and then sometimes you end up not doing that at all, and then you feel so bad about you not doing it, kind of letting yourself down. And at the same time, sometimes when you do something and you do push yourself, but you just pushed yourself at the wrong moment, and then you end up feeling so almost disheartened and you never want to go back ever to that task. I think in the modern days it's called like burning out. I wanted to touch upon the topic because I feel like I found a solution that works for me personally, and it's something that I've been always doing since I was in school, and I had so many different things that I was working on, and I always called it that I will not do a certain task. I'll wait I'll wait before I do it until I have this kind of moment of inspiration. And then I think here it's important to lay out a few rules. The first rule is that you're gonna do it no matter what. So you're gonna do it on the day. If you have to do it on the day, you're gonna do it on the day, and that's a non-negotiable. You will not negotiate with yourself whether you will do it tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. You've already made the decision that is something that's happening on the day, and that's a very important nuance. And then the second part of it is, okay, once you know that it is a non-negotiable and it's something that you'll get done on that day, and then I would always ask myself, how do I feel in a certain moment? Do I feel like now I have this inspiration to actually get that done? And I will just wait and carefully wait for that moment. Sometimes I can also just look at how my day looks like and see at which point of time would I have the time, the energy to do that task. And it also largely depends on the task, because sometimes, for example, for creative tasks, the best moment for me when my inspiration comes is either early in the morning when it's very quiet and my mind has still not been bombarded by all these messages from social media, from work, from anything, and then I can just relax and do the task in a very creative way. And I know that if I push myself ever to do it actually when in the midst of the day or where my mind is somewhere else, not only it will take me way longer, but at the same time it will not be as good, and I'll feel drained because I am doing it not in the right moment, not in the moment when I have that inspiration and a certain mindset almost. And so that's why I know that for the creative task for myself, the best time would be either early in the morning or late at night when it again gets quiet and then people go to sleep, and then I get this creative burst of energy. So then I always knew this kind of intuitively, and it has been great to follow this because it helped me still to get all the tasks done, but then do it at the right time, so I never feel like I'm burning out or running out of energy, because I always get this feeling of inspiration for that certain task, and then I actually get it done. And I found it fascinating because I also found that in the moments where I did push myself to do something that I didn't want to do, and I knew that it was not the right time or the right moment, or I should have not been doing that, then I always kind of lost interest or lost my kind of dedication to that task, I think it's kind of, I can give a similar example with working out, because I feel like with working out, there's this fine line between pushing yourself and pushing yourself too hard when you shouldn't. So I believe in discipline over motivation, and I do believe in actually pushing yourself to do consistent workouts, because you would not want to do a workout on most of the days, but actually you'll feel so much better afterwards that you should do it. It's a good thing to do it. But sometimes, let's say, if you are actually feeling not well physically, like you're asking yourself and you can genuinely say, no, I actually don't feel physically well, and you do know if you do that workout, actually it will make you more sick, and then it will prolong your recovery. And in that moment, pushing harder is not necessarily an answer, because the better answer for you to become healthier would be to actually not do the workout. So I feel like there is this balance. So then basically what I'm trying to describe in that moment, pushing yourself harder to work out or to do the maybe more intense workout is not the best solution for the time and place. But at the same time, it is a fine line, because in most of the times it is good to push yourself to do something that's beneficial for you. But if you ever pushed yourself and you did that workout when you were not supposed to, then you might end up feeling almost like this, having this resistant feeling to ever working out, and you would not want to do it because you pushed yourself too hard, and actually now your body and mind resist this thing which is actually good for you. So I think it's very important to understand that distinction, and also to start looking for the moments when when it would be the best for you to do any given task that is becoming your non-negotiable for that day. And I hope I did manage to convey this message, because it's something that has been working for me so well. Even, for example, with recording this video, I know that it is my non-negotiable that I'm recording a podcast episode a day, and I will record it. But actually, the inspiration or the right moment to record this video came only later in the evening. And that's exactly when I'm doing it. I knew that I'm still gonna do it, no matter what, but it did not feel right to do it just before dinner. I felt actually quite low on my creative energy, and I knew that if I recorded it, I would be pushing myself into the feeling of not actually enjoying it at all, and I would start building up more and more resistance towards that activity. And that's exactly what you don't want, because you actually want the activity to be enjoyable. You want to do it when you are in this resourceful energy, in the energy that's right for whichever activity you really want to do. I hope this helps you. I hope this helps you to keep the promises that you make to yourself, and at the same time helps you to stay consistent over a lifetime with the positive habits that you build, with the actions that you actually truly want to take, with the projects that you want to take on. Because it's important not only to push yourself through some hard days, but to be able to do it over a lifetime. Because whether it is doing a podcast, whether it is doing the workouts, it's most of the times you want to make them as your lifestyle. You want to work out for the rest of your life, so you don't want to end up in a situation where you resent, or you have built up so much resistance to working out, or you build up so much resistance to working on your podcast that you love because you pushed yourself in the wrong moment. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, and if you watched so far, please be sure to subscribe to this channel. It will mean so much to me. Honestly, it will. I'm really looking forward to getting to 1,000 subscribers, and I hope to do it by the end of 2022. Let's see what happens. And yeah, so I hope you did enjoy this episode, and I see you tomorrow in the next episode.